Hey everyone, how's it all going? Just started a new rotation at the hospital, and for the last 4 weeks I've been on psychiatric medicine, and it was super interesting because for a number of reasons. We got to see a lot of patients come in the door. I was in the acute inpatients ward, so generally it's people who come in there with quite severe acute mental health illnesses, and there was a wide variety of presentations. So we had people with major depressive disorder, otherwise known as MDD. We had people with bipolar disorder. We had people with psychosis, and a lot of people were manic and delusional, and some were hallucinating, and there were a whole bunch of people that came through the door, and they were all different ages. They all had different backgrounds, and there wasn't really a gender split. That generally they did have some trauma in their lives, or events leading up to the presentation. So I guess that was the only consistent thing going on in their life. But we just had a range of different people. We didn't see any people under the age of 18 because that got taken care of by the youth team. But we saw a whole bunch of people, and we didn't really see people at the other end of the age spectrum. I think our oldest patient may have been in his 50s or 60s. Yeah, so that was the general gist of it, and I spent 4 weeks with the psychiatric team, and this was my first real exposure to being in a psychiatric team and seeing lots of patients. I did get a little bit of an exposure last year, but that was pretty minimal compared to the last 4 weeks where I was integrated into a team full time, and we were checking these patients out, seeing what was going on, and then coming up with treatment plans. So really interesting. And I suppose the key reflection that I took away from this was that there was a whole bunch of people that came in the door, but there's one particular person that really struck me because it made me think of me when I saw him, because he was the same age, he was similar age. He seemed to have his life in check from the outside, but internally there was a lot of stuff going on. So what do I mean by that? So he seemed to have a job. He had his finances in check. His social life was minimal, but he did have supports. He had a couple of best friends. He had his family that were looking after him. But he didn't have a wide social circle, but he did have a couple of good friends. But the key difference was what he's going through in his head, I suppose, in his thoughts. He had major depressive disorder, so he's had pre-extreme depressive symptoms. He had feelings of hopelessness and issues with or challenges with his self-worth, and he was suicidal on a number of occasions. And so the first thing was that, like, I saw a bit of me in him because he's same age, same gender, seemed to have his life in check, but there was just some things going on with his thoughts and his mind that led him to come in front of us. And so when we dived into the story a little bit, we got into the details of why he is thinking this way. And one of the things, there were a few things, but one of the major things was what he is looking at online, and specifically social media. So when he'd jump on his newsfeed, there were all these stories about what was bad with the world and what was going wrong and the issues and how the world was going down these paths of doom and gloom and tragedy, and how we can't fix it, and there were things that were pushed to his social media that were really quite dark. I won't go into details here, but every day he was on social media and he was getting pummeled with these messages, and that was influencing how he was thinking. And it made me reflect, because when I jump on social media, all the things that get pushed my way is about how I can raise my potential and self-growth, and it talks about financial health and business and health and medicine and sport and stuff like that. Generally, really positive messages, and so it sort of builds me up. And when I listen to music, it's really upbeat and happy. And then when he was talking about the music he listened to, it was quite sad and depressing, and yeah, just made me think that all around the world there's many people that are just like me. There's guys that are around the same age, similar backgrounds, got like seem to have their life in check, but then inside their own head there's some negative thoughts, and it leads them down a pretty dark path. So yeah, it's just interesting to think, and it's always quite hard to know who are the people going through that journey, because a lot of people, they don't like to advertise that they're going through those journeys, and so it's pretty harsh when people do. So yeah, it's an ongoing challenge for many people, and it's good to support your mates through it if you know about it, and if you don't know about it, just check in on them, make sure that they are happy. You can only go off the information that you've got, but if you never ask, then you'll never know. So check in on your mates, because you never know what they're going through, and if you check on them early and consistently, then they probably won't end up down the negative path that they could have gone down. So yeah, just the thought of the day, because yeah, psychiatric medicine, I always knew this stuff was going on, but it's another thing when you see in the flesh. You see a person sitting across the room from you, and they're going through this kind of stuff. That wasn't the only patient we saw. We saw patients with psychosis. That was quite interesting. They have delusional thoughts about how the government is watching them and wanting to take them from their home, and they're scared to go out during the day. And so that was one presentation. Another one, quite a few people couldn't make sense of the world around them. So yeah, I think the other reflection I have from it is that I'm glad that I have my mind intact, and I can think logically and linearly, and can problem solve my way through most problems. That's something that most people take for granted, but not everyone has that luxury. So yeah, psych med, super interesting. I don't think I'll pick it up as a specialty at this point, but to get a taste of it and get more insight and knowledge into that area and how they treat these conditions and what the next steps are for these patients was super interesting to be involved with for just over a month. So that's all on that side. The other really cool thing that's been going on is that myself and another guy, we've been building another online platform. It's not quite ready to be released, but I think early in the next year we'll start pushing it out and advertising it, saying what we've been up to. It's pretty cool. We've already got one business that we're working with to develop it. I'll keep it under wraps for now, but we're super pumped to see it go live, and then hopefully it'll help others in similar spaces and help with their businesses as well. So yeah, always keeping busy, got a few projects on the go. It's exciting. Looking forward to the new year. Should be mega. It's going to be a big one. I'm hopefully going to head overseas, continue with this medical degree, hopefully knock it on the head and graduate. But there's a lot going on. I'm excited. All right, that's all from me. If you've reached now, it's been 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Hope everyone has a great Christmas, epic New Year's, and we'll catch you in 2025. Awesome. That's all. Peace.